In a world filled with endless voices, distractions, and opinions, the greatest challenge is not what lies outside of us, but what we allow inside of us. Every day, you are bombarded with noise. Noise from society telling you who you should be. Noise from people who doubt your abilities. Noise from your own fears whispering that you are not enough. If you want to win, if you truly want to rise above, you must learn to mute the noise. Noise is not just sound. It is the weight of negativity, comparison, and doubt. It is the endless scroll on your phone, stealing your focus, the constant chatter that drowns your inner voice, and the subtle fears that silence your courage. The ones who win are not the ones who have fewer distractions, but the ones who refuse to give those distractions power. To mute the noise, you must learn to trust yourself. Your vision does not need validation from others. Your journey will not be understood by everyone, and it doesn't need to be. Every great achievement begins with an individual who chose to stay grounded, who turned down the volume of the world so they could hear the quiet clarity within. You must realize that focus is your greatest weapon. The moment you stop entertaining every opinion, every doubt, and every distraction, you create space for discipline, for growth, and for victory. Noise cannot build your future. Only action can. Noise cannot define your worth. Only your persistence can. Winning is not about shouting louder than the world. It is about listening deeper to yourself. When you mute the noise, you discover strength in silence, clarity in stillness, and power in persistence. That is how you win. Not by letting the world guide you, but by having the courage to walk your own path, even when no one else believes in it. Noise is not limited to what your ears can hear. It goes far beyond sound and enters the deeper layers of your mind and spirit. Noise is the stream of negativity that tells you to stop before you even start. It is the doubt that creeps in when you take a step toward your goals, whispering that you are not capable, that your efforts will not be enough. It is the distraction that pulls you away from what truly matters, making you trade focus for temporary comfort. This kind of noise is invisible, yet it is the loudest obstacle you will ever face. Negativity surrounds you in countless ways. It shows up in the opinions of people who do not see your vision, in the judgments of those who criticize without understanding your path, and even in your own thoughts. When you replay failures of the past, doubt grows when you let this negativity live inside your mind. The more attention you give to it, the stronger it becomes, slowly silencing the voice that tells you to move forward. Distraction then arrives as the final barrier. It comes in the form of endless scrolling, constant busyness, and every excuse that makes you delay what is most important. Distraction feeds on your energy and time, keeping you from the discipline required to win. It blinds you from the bigger picture and tempts you into comfort zones where progress cannot survive. To understand noise in this way is to realize that silence is not the absence of sound, but the absence of inner conflict. When you cut away negativity, doubt, and distraction, you begin to hear your own voice again. And in that clarity lies the strength to keep moving toward the life you were meant to build. Winning in life does not depend on how loudly you shout your dreams to the world, but on how deeply you can listen to yourself. The greatest victories are born in silence, where the noise of external voices is muted and your inner clarity is allowed to guide you. Every day, you are surrounded by opinions. People telling you what you should do, who you should become, and what is or is not possible for you. If you allow those voices to shape your path, you will end up living a life that belongs to everyone but you. The truth is, no one else can see your vision as clearly as you do. Others may doubt your choices simply because they cannot imagine what you are capable of achieving. Their perspective is limited, but if you give their words power, they will limit you as well. Winning requires the courage to step back from these external voices, to quiet the noise of judgment, fear, and comparison, so you can hear the calm, steady truth within yourself. Inner clarity is not loud. It is not forceful or demanding. It is the quiet conviction that tells you to keep going, the steady reminder of why you started, and the assurance that your path is worth walking, even if no one else understands it. When you create space for this clarity, you begin to act with confidence rather than hesitation. You start to move with focus instead of doubt. Every great achievement comes from someone who dared to trust their inner voice above all others. Winning, therefore, is not about proving the world wrong, but about proving yourself right. It is about silencing the external noise long enough to hear the one voice that truly matters. Your own. A vision is born within you, not in the approval of others. It begins as a spark, often unseen and unheard by anyone else, yet powerful enough to shape the direction of your entire life. Too often, people believe that their dreams only gain worth when they are validated by others, when someone claps for them, or when society agrees with their path. But the truth is, your vision does not need outside validation to be real. Its existence is not measured by how many people understand it. It is measured by how deeply you are willing to pursue it. Others may not see what you see because the vision was not given to them. It was given to you. It lives in your heart and your mind, and that is reason enough for it to matter. If you wait for approval, you may wait forever, because people often doubt what they cannot comprehend. Greatness is rarely recognized in its beginning stages. It is often met with resistance, criticism, or silence. But those who succeed are the ones who refuse to let outside opinions decide the worth of their dreams. Validation is tempting because it feels safe. It offers comfort when you are uncertain. Yet it is also a trap because it ties your destiny to the shifting opinions of others. One moment they may cheer, the next they may doubt. And if your vision depends on that, it will rise and fall with them. Real strength comes when you choose to stand firm in your own belief, even when no one else stands with you. Your vision is real because you believe in it. because you see it when no one else does, and because you are willing to work for it until it becomes undeniable. Focus is the bridge between intention and achievement. Without it, even the strongest desires remain unrealized, scattered across unfinished efforts and wasted time. Distraction is everywhere. On your phone, in conversations, in the endless demands of daily life. It pulls at your attention, breaking it into fragments until your energy is too divided to make progress. But focus, when cultivated, becomes the greatest weapon against these distractions, sharpening your mind and aligning your actions with your goals. Distraction thrives in a restless mind. It tempts you with comfort, with quick rewards, with the illusion of productivity. It convinces you that multitasking is progress when in reality, it is a slow drain of your potential. Focus is the antidote. It demands discipline, requiring you to say no to what does not serve your purpose. With focus, you can take one step at a time with power, instead of stumbling in 1,000 directions without movement. The strength of focus lies in its ability to magnify effort. A single hour of undistracted work can outweigh days of half-hearted attempts clouded by interruptions. Focus allows you to go deep, to find clarity, and to create results that distraction could never produce. It protects your vision, reminding you of what truly matters when the world is pulling you elsewhere. Every great achievement has been born out of relentless focus. Those who master it do not waste energy fighting every distraction. They simply commit so strongly to their purpose that distractions lose their power. Focus is not about force, but about alignment, a quiet decision to guard your time and energy fiercely. When you wield focus as your weapon, distraction becomes powerless and progress becomes inevitable. Noise surrounds you at every stage of life, telling you who you are, what you can or cannot do, and where your limits supposedly lie. But no matter how loud these voices become, they cannot define your worth. Worth is not measured by the opinions of others, nor by the criticism or praise that comes and goes with time. It is defined by the persistence you show when faced with challenges and the consistent action you take toward your goals. Noise is temporary. Today people may cheer for you, and tomorrow they may doubt you. If you rely on that for a sense of value, your confidence will rise and fall with every shift in opinion. What endures is persistence, the choice to keep moving forward, regardless of what is said about you. Persistence turns rejection into fuel, failure into lessons, and obstacles into stepping stones. It is the quiet, steady force that proves your worth through resilience. Action is the second part of this truth. No amount of noise, whether positive or negative, can replace what you do. Dreams are only ideas until you act on them. Action is what separates intention from reality, potential from achievement. Each step you take, no matter how small, is a declaration of your value, because it shows you are willing to create, to build, and to fight for what matters. Your worth does not rest in the volume of the noise around you, but in the depth of your persistence and the strength of your actions. Those who continue to move forward despite doubt or distraction show the world that noise is powerless. It is persistence and action that make your life undeniable, proving your worth through what you do, not through what others say. True power is not found in the endless noise of the world, but in the quiet strength that comes from listening to yourself. The world is full of voices trying to tell you what path to follow, what dreams are realistic, and who you should become. If you let these voices take control, you end up living a life designed by others, not the one you were meant to live. Real power comes when you have the courage to silence the outside world long enough to hear your own truth. Listening to yourself means trusting your instincts, your vision, and the inner voice that guides you toward what feels right, even if it is difficult. That voice does not shout, it whispers with conviction, reminding you of your potential and your purpose. Too often, it is drowned out by doubt, comparison, and the expectations of others. But when you choose to tune into it, you gain a clarity that no outside opinion can provide. The world will always change its mind about you. One day you may be praised, and the next you may be criticized. If your direction depends on those shifting opinions, you will never walk a steady path. By listening to yourself, you create a foundation that is unshakable because it is built on self-belief and inner conviction. True power is not about controlling others or proving yourself to the world. It is about having the strength to stay aligned with your own values and vision. It is about walking a path that feels authentic, even when it is not popular. When you listen to yourself, you unlock resilience, confidence, and direction. That is the kind of power that no noise in the world can ever take away. So mute the noise and let your own voice lead the way. The world will always have something to say, but it is not the world that lives your life. It is you. Trust the silence within, because in that silence lies your strength, your focus, and your vision. And when you choose persistence over doubt, clarity over confusion, and action over hesitation, you will discover that true victory was never about proving the world wrong. It was always about proving yourself right.